Disney has been sending us secret messages right under our noses, and I've heard no one talking about these. And these secret messages are actually being used to predict key features of their upcoming animated films. And it all has to do with Easter eggs, which are references to other projects a studio might be making. In this case, Disney has been putting their Easter eggs in all of their movies to hint at what their next film will be. Now, this isn't hugely uncommon. Pixar has been doing this for years, where certain items or signs or posters will hint to their next upcoming film. But what's different about the way Disney are doing it is they are doing it all in the same place, so it's really easy to find these Easter eggs, or at least they have been doing it in the same place for a while now that it's becoming a trend. And that is in the end credits. So if you've ever sat down and watched the end credits of a Disney film, maybe in the cinema because you're waiting to see if there's a little scene at the end of the film, you will know that Disney's end credits are filled with loads of hand-drawn images related to the film that you have just watched. But right near the end of those end credits, they are now adding in these future foreshadowing Easter eggs. So this all started back in 2021 with Raya and the Last Dragon, which of course premiered on Disney+, where the end credits are full of butterflies. Butterflies are absolutely everywhere, and the film really has nothing to do with butterflies whatsoever. It's instead dealing with other animals like dragons and dealing with a lot more serious things like people turning into stone. It's a really great movie. If you haven't watched it, go and check it out. But it just so happens that Disney's next film, Encanto, is all about magic of the Madrigal family who get their powers from a magical candle, which just so happens to have all over it, you guessed it, butterflies. They are the symbol of Mirabelle, and they are the symbol of this film. So then at the end of Encanto, we can see a strange out of place image of a submarine in the end credits. Now there's certainly no submarines in Encanto. I don't even think submarines had probably been invented in the time of Encanto, but there are flying submarines in the strangest of places, and that is hinting towards Disney's next film, which you've probably forgotten about because it wasn't very successful at all, Strange World, where the Clade family travel through the strange world in a flying submarine. Now at the end of Strange World, we can see a bunch of strange creatures that inhabit this world, so you might have missed this one, but one of those strange creatures is not actually part of the Strange World, but is actually from Disney's 100th anniversary film, Wish, which came next. Now, Wish was obviously meant to celebrate all of Disney. It was a big anniversary film, so it actually has hand-drawn images of every main character from every Walt Disney Animation Studios film in chronological order. But one of those characters just so happens to be Moana, obviously referencing Moana film that came out in 2016. But interestingly, Moana is drawn in a gold yellow with her oar standing up, which just so happens to look like when her oar transforms her into the demi-goddess in Moana 2, which was the next film. Then in Moana 2's end credits, right dead in the center, in the middle at the very end, we can see a picture of a snake. And a few months back, Disney had their Destination D23, where they revealed the teaser trailer of Zootopia 2. And they revealed in that trailer that Nick and Judy are going to be joined by a third traveling companion, the first ever reptile of Zootopia, Gary the Snake. So these end credits are literally signifying the end of one movie and the beginning of the next movie. So what does this mean for future predictions of Disney? Well, I don't think they're going to stop doing this anytime soon. They've carried on doing it for at least 5 years now. They're gonna carry on. Now, we know the next Disney film is called Hexed, and we know it's about stepping foot into a magical world and seeing where that can take you. So in the end credits of Zootopia 2, we want to be looking for an out of place image near the end that can relate to some sort of magical world. And then after Hexed, we have Frozen 3 currently being planned. So we can look out for the end credits in Hexed when we finally get to it for something to do with Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, Sven, Olaf, Arendelle, something wintry, something to do with Frozen, or a brand new character to do with Frozen 3. But guys, what do you think about these end credit Easter eggs that are now being planted at the end of each movie to hint at the next film? Do you think Disney is going to carry on doing this, or do you reckon they've stopped at Moana 2? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and do you think this is interesting, or do you prefer the way Pixar does it? I personally prefer the way Pixar does it, where you actually have to hunt a bit more for them, but it's nice that they're all in one place. Whatever your thoughts are, are. Let me know your thoughts down there. And as always, we've been here at Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.